Welcome back, Wonderful Humans. I'm Danielle and I currently live alone. I'm trying to shift towards healthy meals whilst remaining on a budget. It was obviously Christmas week this week, so you'll end up seeing how it did or didn't go in terms of both budget wise and healthy wise as well. But Saturday's breakfast, I decided to go into Bob and Bert's and got their sort of full English breakfast where the black pudding is standard. And then I got a gingerbread latte as well. Obviously, pretty high on the calorie front there. And I had to take a bit of a guess because I can't find Bob and Bert's calories anywhere. Then for dinner, I obviously 100% didn't need any more toast, but I wasn't super hungry. So it was just some margarine on toast in the end, after all. But then for Sunday, I had a bit of a slow start to my day. But I did manage to have some breakfast. Probably fell more into sort of late morning time, but I just had it with some more of that bread with some margarine and some marmite on. And as you can see, I'm pleased that my peach slices managed to hold together until after I took them out. And then around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I decided to use up the rest of some puff pastry that I had with some beetroot, some mushrooms, some cheese, and a few other bits and bobs as well. That obviously meant that I was pretty full. So for dinner, I simply just had a yogurt, one of the strawberry shortcake sort of pots, the equivalent to kind of Muller corners, but obviously a lot cheaper from Lidl instead. Monday, another week of a long day, but I just grabbed some toast and put some margarine on it during my morning break for the day. So obviously not too bad. Definitely worse ways to sort of end up starting my day. And then for lunch, I had another one of those yogurts. I finished off some tuna sushi that I had, and I popped some tomatoes on the side as well. I think these were baby plum tomatoes, which again managed to sort of keep me going all the way through until the end of my day, where I then went ahead and made some of these burgers where they have sort of chili, some coriander, lots of other bits in there as well. And I did some pak choi on the side. As always, I will pop a card up in the corner for you if you do think that any of the recipes or anything I've made sounds pretty good. Then in the evening, I just went ahead and had some more of these sunflower seeds. They're going on for ages because I am trying to keep to having the recommended sort of serving size. But even then, most of the time, I don't have the full size because I do find that they start to hurt my mouth after a little while. Tuesday, I didn't end up having any breakfast. It was just one of those days. But for lunch, I did have another one of those yogurts, as well as some cheese and Branston pickle in two of those slices of bread, which, was super yummy. And I'm pretty sure I put some margarine in there as well. And obviously, I decided to pretend I was fancy by cutting it sort of on the diagonal. Then for dinner, I actually was in a very bready week this week because then I had two tiger rolls and I just popped into them some, I believe they were chicken burgers. So, like I say, nothing healthy, but I just needed something. And then Wednesday's breakfast, some more of that bread with some peanut butter and some banana on it. And I was getting ready to head away. So I did have to film a few things on my phone camera. So I apologise for some of the footage going forwards. But then we went and decorated some of these little gingerbread cookies. These were my mum's designs, but we did end up having some of those. Like I said, it was basically around lunchtime. So I ate a couple of those before for dinner, and this photo is sideways because again, I wasn't fully thinking. But we had some spaghetti bolognese, but instead of obviously spaghetti, we had some whole wheat fusilli pasta instead. Thursday was obviously Christmas, and if you were celebrating yourself, then I hope you had a lovely day. But I technically had two crumpets. I just forgot to share that with you. And I had some oranges on the side as well because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't super hungry because we weren't going to be eating until around 2:30. So then obviously Christmas came and I'd pan fried up some sprouts. I'd helped to make the red cabbage as well. So we just had that along with obviously some roasted carrots, some bread pudding, and then a bit of ham, turkey, bit of mashed potato, and then some sort of I was going to say cocktail sausages. They are cocktail sausages, but pigs in blankets as well. And obviously some gravy to go with it all. And I'm pretty sure I put some cranberry sauce on there too. Then, obviously, later on, we also had some bit of Christmas pudding with some custard. And then I will admit, I also had some squirty cream and then some amaretto butter as well, which is what you can see on top starting to melt away. Friday's breakfast, again, I had some more crumpets. I did make sure to go ahead and have some of those with some oranges as well. Again, super yummy and obviously fairly simple. But I had some, and that had some butter on those as well. For lunch, I had some leftovers. I didn't think about the size of plate that I pulled out of the, so I technically ended up having a small plate. That made it quite a challenge to get everything on there. But yes, I definitely had quite a lot of leftovers, but it was super yummy. For dinner, I had some more alcohol. I have been having alcohol throughout these last few days, along with some cheese, crackers, and a bit of chutney as well. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, not super inspiring, but if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.